fellow Toastmasters and honored guests. Two roads diverged in the Yellow Wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. I love that line from Robert Frost's poem, The Road Not Taken, because really it defined my life. It seems like in my whole life I was always taking the road not taken, again and again. Or it might be more accurate to say, the road not taken was choosing me and dragging me along it, sometimes kicking and screaming. So it was from that viewpoint of a road not taken, it was from that viewpoint of the road least taken that really I spent my whole childhood in school, where I was listening to a different music. I was dancing to a different music inside than most of the other children were. Mine was a quieter, more introspective music. And it took me many years to learn to value that. Because it was different from other people, I didn't really value it for a long time. The first point in my life where I had a major road least taken actually started with granola. In 1970, my boyfriend brought home a bag of granola. And it was like, what is this? What is this? Is this like gerbil food? We didn't know granola. It was a brand new thing. And it's hard in this day and age to realize that granola was a radical concept. Only radical people ate granola. Not just anybody ate granola. It was clearly a road not taken. And it was a harbinger of what was to come, only I didn't know that at that time. 3 years later, I was out of school, all the schools, and I was between jobs, and I invited a man who owned a store in our town, the San Geronimo Valley. He owned a health food store and Mexican import store. I invited him to a party. He came to our party, and he and I spent the evening sitting on the stoop outside the party, chatting. And he told me that he was about to go out of business. His store was failing. I had no idea. And I was devastated because that store was the valley. It was the lifeline of the valley. And so I began to tell him my good ideas of what he could do to save the store. And he was so impressed that he then invited me to come the next day and be the manager of his store. I was like, oh, okay, let's see. I have no business experience at all. I'll do it. So I took that road least taken because it was not only going into business with no experience whatsoever, but into the health food business, which was not very accepted, let's say, especially by my family, who thought it was very odd. So I was able to turn the store around to profitability and work my way into ownership at the same time. It was a blast. We had so much fun. At 2 o'clock in the morning, we'd be tearing down walls to expand the natural food area of the store. We'd load into the van and go down to Mexico, fill up the van. I mean, literally, you couldn't shove one more sweater into that van with Mexican clothing and huaraches. And we'd bring them back and sell them like hotcakes. So we had a wonderful time. And handcrafts, local Marin handcrafts too, was really fun. Then Richard wanted to sell the store, and so we did, which opened the way for my 20 years along a very conventional road most commonly taken, which was being married and raising children. In 1994, that all began to come to an end when I had a sudden spiritual awakening. And that turned my life completely upside down, put me on a very different road, very least taken road. And I became a spiritual healer, intuitive counselor. And for many years, I still am that. However, a new road Lee's taken has surprised me. And it is now, I'm about to, within the next few months, go on a new venture, which is I'm going to start an online magazine. The name of this magazine is the Illumination Gazette, Turning on Your Inner Light. My goal is to reach people who have very busy lives, and I think we all know a few of those people, and give them a moment to drop out of the busy doingness of the day and drop into the beingness that will give them a connection with their own selves and spirituality. It's a very exciting project. I'm going to start with little epiphanies, going to have videos with 3 to 5 minute meditations, energies, 3 to 5 minute energy healings, and transmissions and interviews. There'll be a nutrition column with the latest scientific information from Bauman College. And there'll be a health and healing column, the requisite astrology column from someone who uses ancient astrology rather than just modern, which he says is more accurate, and I find his readings to be very accurate. So I'm very excited about this. The best part is that it's a triple win, which is that I get a percentage every time somebody clicks through to someone's website who appears in the magazine. That person gets the rest of the funds plus a new client, and the reader gets to meet different healers who they never would have met because so often artists and healers are not good at marketing. Thank you so much.